Hey, good day to you. Welcome to RFD, Illinois. I'm Rita Frazier.
I'm DeLaw's Yankee. Hello there.
Hello there.
I need to leave a little early today, if that's okay.
Okay.
Today at 6, starting at 6, Bacon Fest, Chicago. How about that? How about that?
That's pretty exciting.
And then tomorrow I saw somewhere, Facebook has their events where they tell you about every little thing going on, and especially if someone's interested. There is some sort of donut festival Saturday, also in Chicago. And then
so you're going to Chicago.
And then just for fun, there was a gluten-free event also on the weekend. And then next week is Wingfest Chicago.
Wow.
So
what does Jim Gaffigan say about those who want gluten-free and
I don't know. I don't know.
He calls them non-American.
He has so much good stuff about
He really does.
Fish and...
Well, as long as we're talking about good food.
Yes.
Last night in the grocery store, I saw Kit Kat ice cream.
What? Wait, what?
Kit Kat ice cream.
Did you see any Easter flavors, Prairie Farms Dairy?
I know that they're out there. I didn't see them.
Yeah.
You like the Peep stuff, don't you?
Yeah. There's only it's very rich. I'll put it that way. You gotta combine a little bit. Like they have a chocolate marshmallow. It's very rich. So you have to put a little chocolate marshmallow in there, put it together.
We have lots of news and information to come on top of food-related information in the 4Fs report. We have Matt Kay and Steve Bridge, all that, plus markets and weather coming your way.
Farmers value clean water, and every day they're working to leave the land, air, and water in better shape for their families, neighbors, and future generations. In recent years, federal agencies have muddied the waters with overreaching rules and regulations that are more about controlling land than protecting water. The new Clean Water Rule announced by the Environmental Protection Agency and Army Corps provides clarity so farmers can comply with the law while protecting the environment, growing crops, and tending livestock. The new rule would end years of uncertainty over where federal jurisdiction begins and ends. Now is the time to make your voice heard. Text WATERS to 52886 and support the new Clean Water Rule proposed by the EPA and Army Corps. Don't wait. The 60-day comment period has begun, so text WATERS to 52886. Contact your local county farm bureau for more information on clean water and clear rules.
40 years of horses, 40 years of legends. It's the Midwest Horse Fair.
Best horse fair in the nation right here.
This is fun for families because there's so many different aspects of horses that they can see.
And there's top-of-the-line clothing and apparel and boots and hats and ropes and trinkets and gifts. The shopping is off the charts here. And I hope you guys are ready because it's going to get wild.
It's the great Midwest Horse Fair.
April 12th through the 14th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, Wisconsin. Visit MidwestHorseFair.com for more.
Welcome back to RFD, Illinois, on a Friday. I'm DeLaw's Yankee. We start with a regular report from Steve Bridge, broadcast from our affiliate in Springfield, WFMB.
The state's Department of Children and Family Services is coming under greater scrutiny after a recent Inspector General report says that 98 children who have been involved with DCFS have died in the past 2 years. Now the governor and others inside the agency want DCFS to be better equipped to manage the cases and the children they're looking out for. Some of that will begin with DCFS getting more money than in the past. A proposal from the Senate would give DCFS more than $1.2 billion in state funding for the coming fiscal year, and DCFS officials overall ask for $75 million more this year than last. Governor J.B. Pritzker says it is hard for him to hear when he's been notified of a child's death in Illinois.
I believe this is the most important thing that government can do, protecting these children. And we're not going to be perfect at it. There's no doubt about it. We're talking about tens of thousands of children across the state of Illinois, but we've got to be better at it. We've got to be better at it.
The additional money that DCFS is asking for will help fund another 126 caseworkers to be on the front lines of child welfare. Pritzker says it's a starting point.
Many of you have heard that we're in process now. In our budget, we have budgeted 126 new caseworkers. Not enough, but it's the beginning of what will be more caseworkers for DCFS. But waiting until the beginning of the fiscal year doesn't seem right to me at all. And so within our agency, what we've done is begun the process of the hiring of people. That is to say, you've got to identify people. You've got to make sure that, those people get vetted, that they're fully interviewed, that they're ready for action when the moment comes when we can bring them on board. And in some cases, we can bring them on board even before the budget begins July 1 or the new fiscal year begins.
Another potential problem at DCFS is a leadership vacuum. DCFS is set to be run by its 12th agency director in 8 years. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Steve Bridge for the RFD Radio Network.
Thanks, Steve. We go to D.C. now, where the top lobbyist for the ethanol industry on the Beltway says Big Oil's handwriting on a key part of EPA's proposed rule to allow E15 sales year-round and oil industry-favored provisions in another. Our Washington correspondent Matt Kay reports.
Renewable Fuels Association Chief Jeff Cooper says ethanol credit or RIN reforms in the E15 proposal clearly favor oil refiners.
It's clear that half of the proposal is there because the president made a commitment to the refiners to address RIN issues. Our frustration has been, they wanted low RIN prices, they got them.
And EPA's E15 year-round sales proposal also makes it harder for retailers to make the fuel on-site, as most do, by blending E85 and E10, forcing them instead to buy more expensive blend stock from a terminal.
Right now you've got E15 being sold for 5 to 7 cents less than E10 at retail. If EPA were to finalize this rule, you would probably cut that discount in half.
But Cooper blames EPA staffers concerned about natural gasoline impurities in E85 and not oil refiners.
But oil guys don't mind seeing any constraints or any impediments or obstacles for ethanol blending.
And it's an obstacle for retailers.
So they're either going to have to find a new source of E85 to make their E15, or, we've heard from some that have said, well, we'll just stop selling E15 during the summer from our blender pumps and just sell flex fuels, E20, E30, E85.
Cooper says the concern is real, especially with the comment period for the rule ending April 29th and the start of summer driving June 1st. For the RFD Radio Network, Matt Kay on Capitol Hill.
Thanks, Matt. Rita's up next on RFD, Illinois.
As you prepare for planting season, remember your neighbors. Whether you're an applicator, grower, or beekeeper, use FieldWatch to register your farm and monitor for sensitive sites around you. FieldWatch is a free, easy-to-use online mapping tool. Consulting FieldWatch is now a requirement for the over-the-top use dicamba products. Communicating with your neighbors will help you protect your farm and the environment. Don't wait. Go online to fieldwatch.com. Growing agriculture, we grow best together.
All ag.
All Illinois.
All now.
There are a lot of smartphone apps out there, but do they have what's important to us here in Illinois? The Farm Week Now app does, and it's always at your fingertips. All ag, all Illinois, and 24/7 where and when you need it for free. Go to your app or Play Store on your smartphone, hit search, type in Farm Week Now, that's one word, and download it today. Brought to you by Illinois Farm Bureau, where we're all about farm, family, and food.
This is your RFD Radio Network 4F's report. Fuel, fertilizer, feed, and food, all sources of essential energy. Here's Rita Frazier.
This week we'll talk food with Regella Scavuzzo, Local Foods Program Manager for the Illinois Farm Bureau. Farmers Market season is here. Regella tells us more about the important Double Bucks program, offering lots of opportunity to Illinoisans.
As the farmers markets are coming out, this is a great example of agriculture helping the farmer and the consumer at the same time. So it's called the Double Bucks program. It's a grant program, so we have one administrator for the state, which is Experimental Station out of Chicago, and they grant farmers markets that apply. They have to already be SNAP receivers, so that means that you can use your SNAP benefits there. They can apply for what's called the Double Bucks program, and it's a 2-for-1. So for every $1 you spend at the farmers market, you get a free $1 for fruits and vegetables. But this isn't just about incentivizing fruits and vegetables. This actually helps all of the farmers and the consumer. So that $1 can go to anything at the farmers market. So a lot of times, one of the barriers when you're at the farmer's market is buying the protein. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's wonderful protein. You want to help the farmer, but it's oftentimes, if you're going to use your SNAP benefits, that's a big allocation. So now someone can go buy that hamburger, that steak with their SNAP benefits, their chicken, their eggs, and then they get a free $1 of fruits and vegetables. So they get to stretch their SNAP benefits exponentially. And, SNAP benefits aren't a whole lot of money for a person. They only run 3 weeks out of the month. So you have to make that $1 work. This is a benefit for them to go to a farmer's market and get to basically double their income so they can buy the fruits and vegetables basically for free and use it to buy other products. They can get all of their groceries at the farmer's market this way and make more money for their family.
How do they find out more about the specifics of the Double Bucks program?
So the Farmers Market Association, if you go to their website, Illinois Farmers Market Association, their Connect Fresh program, all of that will advertise who's got SNAP benefits. Experimental Station will talk about it, but also talk to your local farmers market. Even if they're not doing it, it doesn't mean they couldn't apply for it, but they'll be able to tell you who the recipients are.
So speaking of that, the Farmers Market Association, they're meeting.
They're actually having their conference right now as we speak, and they have it annually. So all the market managers from all the farmers markets around the state come together. They get tips about things like applying for the SNAP benefit program, how to market themselves, how to pick their products, how to be a better farmers market and support their community. So it's really about making their farmers markets sustainable in their community. And so they come together once a year, have this meeting, and really just in time for the season to start. So we're going to see farmers markets opening starting this month.
You work with so many of these farmers that work the farmers markets, and I know that you encourage everybody, if they have a question about their food or where it comes from, ask.
That's what I always tell people. That's what local is about. It's about knowing where your food comes from and telling the story. It's a great opportunity to hear and learn about your farm, and you might learn some things you didn't know.
Regella Scavuzzo, Local Foods Program Manager, Illinois Farm Bureau. Let's check the gas prices at the pump. National average price yesterday for regular gas, $2.71. Diesel average $3.03. E85 nationally, we averaged $2.37 a gallon. Illinois, in a state-by-state comparison, we paid $2.88 a gallon yesterday. Iowa, $2.62. Indiana paid $2.74 a gallon, and Missouri was at $2.47. We're back here on RFD, Illinois. I'm Rita Frazier. This has been Illinois Farm Bureau County Leader Week, and we've put the spotlight on many of those leaders who step up and tell the story of agriculture and serve on their local county farm bureaus in many different ways. Cheryl Walsh is a pig farmer in Peoria County, and she got involved starting with the Ag in the Classroom program.
In 2011, we moved back to the Peoria area there, and I wanted to be involved with the Ag in the Classroom program. There's a huge need of teaching the kids where their food comes from.
How did you share your story of being a modern pig farmer today?
I would take a baby pig with me from the sow farm, and the pig was usually about 4 days old when I'd take that pig from its mom, and I would raise it with bottles, and I would take the baby pig with me to the classroom. I brought pictures. The slideshow presentation that we had were pictures from my actual farm, and I would show them the different things that we did, and I would describe the life cycle and about how pigs grow really fast. The reason that they're here on Earth is so that we can have safe and healthy food for us to eat.
So not only do you take pride in educating school children and students, but also your neighbors and your county, and you step up to the plate to tell that story across the area.
Yeah, currently there is a lady in my area that is wanting to put up a wing to finish building. She's doing that so that she can bring her daughter back to the operation. She's kind of a smaller farmer, and nowadays farmers are having to diversify in order to bring back the next generation, and she wants to do that. She wants her farm to continue on for generations, and they're trying to figure out ways to do it, and diversifying and going into the pig business is one idea for them.
And as you mentioned, you being on the younger end, being able to come back to farm is a huge deal for you, and it sounds like for her as well.
Yes, it is. With being almost 40 myself, I do find that I am one of the younger ones when I attend meetings and stuff like that. And 40 isn't really that old, but when you look at the fact that there's not very many 20-year-olds around at all, we need to work on getting the younger generation involved. As the average age of the farmer gets older and older, there's no one there to help take over and to keep it going.
To have a pig farm, a modern pig farm in Illinois, you have to meet criteria. You have to follow the rules of the state. We're lucky to have them. You guys had to, obviously, on your farm. What would you tell folks about how we raise pork in Illinois?
In order to put up any building, you have to follow the rules of the LMFA. And the LMFA is a great tool. It is good for producers, and it is also great for the general public, the neighbors and everything else. It is a neutral party. In order to do all this, you just have to keep going with everything, and it's a big process to put these buildings in.
How are things going for you and your family? Paint us a little bit of the picture about, your farm today.
Well, my family, we have a sow farm, so we just have the sows and then baby pigs until they're weaned. My family owns the sows, the buildings, and we sell the baby pigs as they're weaned to other people. I am the fourth generation in my family to be involved in this. I love what I do. I love that I can get up every day and know that I'm doing my part to help feed the world.
Cheryl Walsh in Peoria County. With that, let's break for markets and weather.
With the RFD Ag Market Summary for this Friday morning, I'm Jim Taylor. Corn slightly higher, beans higher, and wheat ending Thursday slightly lower. May corn closing at $3.65 and a quarter, up 2.5. July corn up 2 1/4, $3.74 and a quarter. September corn $3.82 1/2, up 2 pennies. May beans closing at $9.06 1/2, up 7 3/4. July beans up 7 1/4, $9.19 1/2. August beans $9.25 1/2, up 7 1/2. May wheat closing at $4.70 3/4, down 1/4. July wheat down 3/4, $4.73 3/4, and September wheat $4.81 1/4, down 1/2. May bean meal $3.11.90, that's up 90 cents. May bean oil $29.20, up 40 cents. In current electronic overnight trading, May corn down 1 1/2. July corn down 1 3/4. September corn down 1 1/2, $3.81. May beans in the overnight down 5 1/4. July beans down 4 3/4. August beans $9.20 1/2, down a nickel. May wheat in the overnight down a nickel. July wheat down a nickel, and September wheat down 4 3/4, $4.76 1/2. In the outside markets, June Brent crude oil up 9 cents a barrel, $69.40. The June gold contract down 40 cents this morning, $12.93.90. In the livestock market from Thursday, April lean hogs $79.57, up half a dollar. May lean hogs up $2.42, $90.82. April live cattle $127.55, up $1.77. June live cattle up $2.57, $121.57. April feeders $146.32, up $1.57. May feeder cattle up $2.80, $150.07. Cash livestock at the Fairview Sale Barn earlier this week. Steers $133.75. The top. The Illinois direct barrels and gilts trading firm on Thursday at 46-256. I'm Jim Taylor for the RFD Radio Network.
Good morning, this is Dan Hicks from Freeze Notice Weather with the early morning update on the RFD Radio Network for this Friday morning. Daytime highs yesterday across the Midwest were in the 40s and 50s in the northern areas, mostly 50s and 60s in the south, although a few southern areas did top 70 degrees on Thursday afternoon. A slow-moving weather system continues to spread rain eastward across the region. This rain should gradually diminish across Illinois this morning, giving way to drier weather this afternoon into the first part of the weekend. Daytime highs across the area today will be mostly in the 50s and 60s. It does look like warmer conditions will be spreading northeastward into the Midwest for the weekend into early next week, with highs across Illinois reaching the 60s and 70s. Dry weather is expected again through the first part of the weekend, but some showers and thunderstorms will return to the region Saturday night and Sunday and continue into early next week. Once again, heavy rain is not expected with this next system, but some 1/4 to 1 inch amounts are likely across a large part of the Midwest. Most areas will have some dry time again returning early next week behind this system, with temperatures staying above normal through the middle part of the week. Once again, though, no long dry spells are seen across Illinois and the Midwest coming up in the near term. It is likely that some rain will return to the region during the second half of next week, and we'll start to see some cooling occurring during the 6 to 10 day time frame. This active weather pattern will likely continue even beyond the 6 to 10 day period across most of the Midwest. Right now it looks like 6 to 10 day rainfall amounts will average near to above normal in the northern half of the Midwest and closer to normal in the southern half, with additional significant rains expected into the 11 to 15 day time frame. Gradual cooling is expected again during the 6 to 10 day period, with 6 to 10 day temperatures cooling down to near and below normal over a large part of the Midwest. Once again, this is Dan Hicks from Freeze Notice Weather.
Does the warmer weather have you itching for a weekend getaway? Take your Illinois Farm Bureau membership savings with you.
Farm Bureau members can save up to 20% at choice hotels, including favorites like Comfort Suites, Sleep Inn, Quality Inn and Suites, with even more to choose from.
Call 800-258-2847 or visit the Choice Hotels website to search all the hotels at once and to make advance reservations.
Contact your local County Farm Bureau for your discount code number.
It's where your home is built, your landscape is planted, and your children play. Land is all around us, so Illinois farmers have dedicated years to learning how to best care for it. Today, we're bridging modern knowledge with resources from Mother Nature to promote natural soil activity and choosing crops that enhance soil health. To learn more about conservation efforts, visit ilfarmersconserve.com. Preserving our water, protecting our land, providing our food.
This message brought to you by Illinois Farm Bureau.
Farm Week and Partners Magazine editor Chris Anderson connects rural routes for you. Chris shares her 4 decades of writing expertise by making sure each edition delivers the best information. Here's a bit about her rural roots.
I was raised on a farm in Champaign County growing corn, soybeans, popcorn, pumpkins, and poultry. My top priority is to inform, educate, and even entertain Farm Bureau members.
Be it routes or roots, RFD Radio, FarmWeekNow.com, and Farm Week keep you connected.
Farm, family, food. Those 3 words best describe Illinois Farm Bureau. Farm. For 100 years, Farm Bureau in Illinois has represented and served the men and women who make Illinois one of the top food-producing states. Family. At the heart of rural Illinois are traditional farm families who work together through Illinois Farm Bureau. And food. Farm Bureau families are proud to grow the healthy food they provide their families and yours. Farm, family, food. The heart of Farm Bureau in Illinois.
That is all the time we have for this edition of RFD Illinois. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
Hey, if I don't make it to Chicago for Bacon Fest, may go to a cattle sale instead near Gridley. Now, Gridley itself's in McLean County. I think the sale's in Livingston. It's that close on the border. Population 1,432.
Hello, and you give a big hug to Teresa Miller for me.
And communicators, you got to stick together, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, for Jim Taylor, I'm Rita Frazier.
I'm DeLawes Yonke. Hey, we're sponsored by Country. While you work sun up to sundown to get the job done, we're here protecting the things you love every step of the way. Country Financial. Learn more by visiting countrycrop.com.